Hi and welcome to my review of last night's fight between Hernan Marquez and Brian Viloria. As I'm sure you know, Viloria won TKO 10 in hard, slightly competitive fight. Didn't live up to the hype in the end, in almost become slightly one-sided in the knockdown category. 3 knockdowns scored for Viloria, and I haven't seen the fight yet. I've heard good reviews about it. I've heard that people saying contender for fight of the year. I heard round 5 is a contender for round of the year. I've also heard the other side of it, that it wasn't the greatest fight, didn't live up to the hype that had been given. I'd given it a lot of hype, and I didn't expect a very competitive fight, but from what I heard after the knockdowns, Marquez kind of went into a shell. Whether he felt that too much power, obviously, from Viloria, which he does have, without 19 knockouts now on his resume, he's still got a lot of power in there, and coming off some obviously knockout wins. That's 3 knockout wins in a row, 8, 9, 10 rounds. So next time, if you're gonna put a bet, next time put 11 rounds, because he's going up in order. He's just going up 1 extra round every time. So I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks the next guy out in 11 rounds. But it sounded like a competitive fight. Marquez, when he was going forward, first round, going for Viloria, trying to have a go, trying to get that knockout, which he probably was always going to look for, much like he did against Conception. Come at Conception, got knocked down in that fight several times. And same with this fight in the first round, with Marquez landing, being caught on the counter attack by a good Viloria shot. So after that, he went a bit gun shy. Didn't want to trade with Viloria. Went a lot on not on the defensive, but not really throwing the high volume of shots that I felt he we did need to win the fight. I feel disappointed in that, because a lot of people will say who watched it, that every time he did open up, Viloria countered perfectly, and sent him to the canvas 3 times when Viloria opened up, and that was the key to him winning the fight. But at the same time, you feel Viloria has worn down in fights in the past. I'm not saying he would have here, because his conditioning could have been great. He did go 10 rounds, but you just feel that if Marquez maybe to put it more on him, at the same time he may have got knocked out a lot earlier, but what difference would it have made? He got knocked out in the end anyway, by fighting in him, not fighting within himself, staying back and holding punches back. He's going to get knocked out anyway, he's going to lose anyway. So I'm surprised he didn't just go for it a bit more throughout the rounds. Maybe tried to land his own shots, hurt Viloria. Maybe in a few rounds he could have landed a clean shot. He knows he's got the power. I've seen him in straight left hand is vicious, and that right hook is vicious as well. And he could have I feel maybe he could have hurt Viloria. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe he would have just got knocked out, but at least he would have felt a bit better about himself giving it a go, rather than having 3 rounds when he gave it a go and each time got knocked down. So let's say he opened up again in the 5th round. Once again, Viloria, perfect counter shot. I said before the fight, actually I can't remember I said in my preview, but I remember writing on YouTube to somebody's preview that he's got a great left hook. He's and I thought that is a perfect shot to land against Marquez. Marquez, that fighter, he's got that he's always throwing that straight left hand. He's just counterable to that left hook, and that was a key punch really for Viloria. I thought if he keeps on landing, if he lands that against Marquez, he can really cause him problems, and he really did catch him causing problems. Great counter punching, great power with Viloria that Marquez couldn't handle really in the end. So and then it went back as far as I've read, went back. Marquez going back into more defensive mode. Before the 10th round, he opened up again, and once again got knocked down. So, I'm sure, you can imagine like why he wouldn't want to open up, because every time he did, got knocked down. But he did it at random intervals, opening up, and by doing that, he knew he was going to get knocked out. He was either going to knock Viloria out or get knocked out himself. So maybe if he'd have gone for it a bit earlier, maybe it would have been a different outcome. Maybe he'd have took Viloria's best shots earlier. Maybe he'd have survived. He's been knocked down multiple times before and come back and won fights. Maybe he could have done that here, but he got knocked down again in 10th, got back up. He's a champion. He's a true Mexican warrior. He's going to keep getting back up. He ain't going to stay down. Keeps getting back up. Showed what a warrior and what a champion he is. But keep rising off the canvas. And his corner, Garcia, great trainer, would never put his fighter in risk, and rightly pulled his fighter out at that stage, because he was well down on the cards. He'd suffered 3 knockdowns, 2 rounds to go, just over 2 rounds to go. They probably knew he wasn't going to come back from this. Viloria had to use his full energy, probably had enough left to survive the last 2 rounds, and would just pick up the counters, which he did every time Marquez opened up. So perfect display from Brian Viloria. As for what's next for the both fighters, for Marquez, it ain't the end of the world. He's still a top quality fighter. He wouldn't have beaten the guys he's beat without being a quality fighter. He'll come back. He'll come back stronger. He's not past his best. He's I don't know. I'm gonna have a look at all these. Viloria is 31. He's got plenty left. 24 Marquez. So he's already had 37 fights, and as I say, he's 24, so he's got plenty left in the tank. He's got plenty to give for maybe he feels he could move up a weight division, and there's still lucrative fights at flyweight that he can take. As for Viloria, well, there's one fight I want to see, and I'm sure many want to see as well. The light flyweight king Roman Gonzalez was on the undercard, putting another entertaining display. Every fight he's in is entertaining. What a fight that would be, Viloria versus Roman Gonzalez. Again, would Roman Gonzalez be able to take that power that Viloria has? We was questioning whether Marquez could. We believed he could, and he couldn't. That countering style that Viloria has is very, very effective, and Viloria would come into that fight favourite with Gonzalez moving up, and Gonzalez is a quality operator, and he's got some power in them shots, and I'm sure he's got a good chin to go with that. I've said before, the fight, if Viloria is on his game, he can beat anybody around in and around his weight division, and I stick to that, very much stick to that. And I think if he's on his game again, which he seems to be right now, he seems to just be in that frame of mind where he just doesn't want to lose. He's just going to put everything into every fight. His tactics are spot on every fight. His countering's brilliant. His power's brilliant. His chin's getting better, and he's just improving with every fight. And another top win for him, and a win against Gonzalez would surely put him up there. It's really one of the pound for pound best in the world. So thank you for listening, and if you have any comments, please do leave them at the bottom. Thank you very much for listening.